Okay, is there an official launch date then for the album Walk in Beauty, Corey, by Marie-Christine, or it's sort of, how does the label release a little bit here, a little bit there, or is there a big splash coming, or how does that work?
Well, the album will be released. The album was released over the summer, and but they were focusing mostly on Quebec,
okay,
where Marie-Christine is from. And now, as the marketing plan unfolds, they'll be doing more work throughout. This is pretty much why she's going to be going across Canada and doing some promo work, and then the rest of the world from there.
Explain to me how Stevie Wonder gets involved in this project, as in Stevie Wonder is involved in this project.
Can I swear? No, I can't swear.
We'll beep it out.
Okay, I'll say something. That was one of the freaking best moments of my life in my career. It's unbelievable because Marie-Christine suggested the song. It's an obscure Stevie Wonder song, in the sense that it wasn't a single, and most people wouldn't recognize it unless you're a diehard Stevie Wonder fan. It's from a 1971 album of his, and the man's had like 50 or 60 recognizable hits, but not this one. And when she suggested the song, I listened to it and I said, that's a great idea. It's a great choice. And then we recorded the song, and when I heard the recording of it, I thought, I wanna call him and ask him to participate on it.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell her because I truthfully didn't think that I didn't want to raise her hopes and then have her be disappointed. So I didn't say anything. And Stan, this went on for about 16 months.
What?
I called every month.
16.
Or I wrote.
You mean when Corey Hart calls Stevie Wonder, he doesn't call back right away?
Well, let me tell you something. First of all, the first 6 or 7 times that I phoned, the other people on the other end hung up on me because they said, "Yeah, sure, you're Corey Hart. Goodbye."
Okay.
Boom.
All right.
So I was like,
That's
okay.
funny.
And then I was like, what do I got to do? And obviously, a man of this legendary status has a huge entourage.
Uh-huh.
So to finally penetrate and get close enough so that he knows that it's really me calling took about 6 or 7 months. And one morning, really in about the 15th to 16th month into this process, and everyone at Warner said, "Corey, just give up on it because it's impossible. It's just not going to happen." I opened up my emails in the morning, and there was a letter from Stevie Wonder to me, and he tells me how much he loved hearing her voice and how touched he was that we chose this song. And then he said, "What's up, Corey?" And then I remember exactly how he signed off. He goes, "Respectfully."
Wow, that's unbelievable.
So I was like, I was in tears. I read that and I said, "You know what? This is amazing. This is amazing. This guy just wrote me back. That's amazing." Now,
was he? Did you guys physically get together, and did he work in the studio on the track, or was it done via electronically? Or
what happened was that I got a call around because I was over in Spain, so it was around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. for me when I got the call, and he was going into the studio in LA, into his studio. He was just calling to let me know that he was going to go do it, and I was like half asleep. I was like groggy, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I just swore. Sorry.
It's okay.
But it was awesome, and he's doing a talkbox vocal on it. And you can when you get off this interview, just crank it up and listen to it in your room. You have the album there?
Yeah, we do. Yep.
Okay, listen to it because. He's just amazing on it. It's just amazing. I mean,
that's something.
It's such a thrill and such an honor.
That is. It doesn't matter what level, whether you're a superstar, a songwriter, just a guy like me. That is a great story. That out of nowhere, a guy like that, Stevie Wonder. Sure, I'll help you guys out. That's something.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, he doesn't have to get out and go into the studio for Corey Hart and Mary Christine and do something on a record. He doesn't have to do that. He doesn't even near have to do that. It's centuries he doesn't have to do something like that.
Yeah.
And truthfully, I think had he known earlier that I'd wanted him to do something, it wouldn't have taken so long. But it took, I guess, my perseverance, which is part of my character. I said, until he says no, it's not no. When he says no, then it's no. But is there something interesting, and I know this is a long story, but I'll just give you one little anecdote. In 1985, I was awarded an ASCAP award for Song of the Year in America, one of the songs of the year in America, the most played on the radio, and it's for Never Surrender.
Yes.
And that same year, Stevie Wonder received an award for I Just Called to Say I Love You.
Uh-huh.
And when I went up to receive my award, he was there on the stage to the left. Obviously, he didn't see me,
yes.
but I saw him.
Yes.
And when they were playing back my song, Never Surrender, he was singing the words to it, and he was swaying to the music. And I actually almost tripped because I was looking at him the whole time.
My goodness.
Just completely transfixed that he was singing my song. I was like, oh my God, he's singing my song. And then I always remembered that in my mind. I always remembered that in my head. And when Mary Christine brought the idea of the song, I thought, you know what, I'm going to reach out to him and we'll just see what happens.
Well, you know what, Corey, let me tell you something. On a much smaller level, just being a radio guy, to be able to interview you, and I'm not blowing smoke, is a real thrill. I've been looking forward to this for the last couple of weeks, and I've followed your career right from the start. An old guy like me, mind you, you've got a big birthday coming up, don't you?
Dude, we're not old. 50s is we're in our 30s now.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's not the same thing. I know I'm 49, and May 31, I'm going to be into the next century.
Look at you go.
I truthfully, I don't feel what that number represents. But I'm glad I've lived those years.
Indeed.
I really would not change a minute of it.
Indeed. You know, Corey, we're going to wrap things up. I do want to mention Sienna Records. It's under the Warner Music umbrella. The album, the CD, is out. We're giving it away as well, by the way, on The Breeze. It's Marie Christine, and Corey Hart is the guiding light behind it. Did you also act as a producer on it, Corey?
I did produce a number of songs on the record and acted as executive producer and wrote about 6 songs on the record. Mary Christine writes several with another talented songwriter from Quebec, Sylvain Canal. And I've always loved Winnipeg. I always had great shows. I always remember being in Winnipeg on the stage and looking. I don't know if in the Winnipeg Arena has been, rehabilitated or renovated since I was there, but I remember seeing the Queen,
oh
the
my
Queen of
goodness.
England up on that flag, and I was looking across the Winnipeg Arena, and the fans were just so great. It's
Corey,
so supportive.
It's amazing because it is sort of an iconic thing. The picture of the Queen, and the old Winnipeg Arena no longer exists, Corey. It's the brand new MTS Center downtown where the Winnipeg Jets play. But somewhere the Queen is still looking down, even though her picture doesn't hang in the new MTS Center. The album is...
What does it stand for, MTS?
Manitoba Telephone System.
Okay.
Naming rights.
Makes
You
sense.
know, the naming rights. The whole naming rights thing. You got to make a buck, you know?
Yeah, they need to.
Corey, the album is called Walk in Beauty. It's out everywhere. Marie Christine, we're playing the song Totally Random, among others, here on The Breeze. And I can't tell you what a pleasure and a thrill it's been for me to interview you. But one quick sidebar. I read this. It's in the notes, so I got to mention it. You were considered for the role of Marty McFly in one of my favorite movies, Back to the Future. Is that right?
And let me tell you something, Stan. It wouldn't have been one of your favorite movies had I taken the part. So,
well, I don't know. Spielberg apparently can make anybody look good, so I think you would have done just fine.
Probably. But the truth is that part. I think the screen test was offered to Eric Stoltz and to myself and to Michael. But that there's no question in my mind that was his part and his role, and I truthfully never wanted to act. I had a hard enough time getting through my videos. Acting was just not in my blood. Not in my blood.
Corey, all the way from Barcelona today. My friend, if I can call you that now after this interview. Thank you.
Absolutely.
We've
had a few beers in this conversation.
As far as I'm concerned, and all of us here at the radio station, Corey, you have a free pass anytime you want to call, or if we can call you, we'd love to talk to you and keep track, of course, not only of your own career, but the career and the burgeoning career of Marie-Christine. And we thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much. It was an honor and a pleasure to talk to you. You're a legend too, Stan.
Nice of you to say, Corey. You're a liar,
cheers.
But I appreciate it.
Okay. I tell my kids never to lie, so you know what? You're 56, and you've said enough on this conversation to me that you deserve legendary status. So take it from me, you're a legend. All right?
I will never surrender. Thank you, Corey.
Okay. Peace. Adios. Bye.